like. Well, he's the town gossip. He's the local TMZ for Inishmaan. He makes his living by getting all the news of all the locals, and basically he makes his living. He gets his bread, his meat, whatever he and his mammy eat, and puts a roof over his head by just spreading the word. He's the local People magazine, the live People magazine of Inishmaan. Well, I started very early. I was a child actor. I was on Broadway when I was just 11 years old, and I've had two careers really, because I started again after I got out of college. And I am what I like to call a lunch pail actor. I work where the work is. I work on Broadway, off-Broadway, regional theater, and do plays and musicals. And yes, I do some film and TV, but mostly theater. And I'm very fortunate to have had a very varied career, worked with some wonderful people. Shows like The Producers and By Jeeves, which was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Alan Ayckbourn on Broadway. And one of my most, perhaps history-making contributions was that I was the last guy to sing Try to Remember in the original production of The Fantastics when they closed after 43 years in the Sullivan Street Playhouse. So I was very proud of that production too. Well, I think the biggest thing is for all of us to get on board with the dialect and the language. He's very specific in the play with the dialect, but of course you want to get the accent right too. The dialect is different from the accent, and we've had a wonderful coach for our accents, and this is a very specific Irish accent too. It's the islands off the mainland of Ireland, so it's not I guess quite the same as if we New Yorkers say. We can tell the difference between a Staten Island accent and a Brooklyn accent and a Queens accent. So we're trying to be very specific with that. And then you want to get the accent and get the dialect, and then think as the character. So as usual in theater, we have a very brief rehearsal period. So you have to get all of that very early on, so you can feel comfortable with it. Well, I think what I enjoy in a play like this is the fact that it can be tremendously funny, but also very moving, very touching at the same time. It's what we call a black comedy, and that there's a lot of dark moments to it. But I also say it's hard to categorize as just comedy. It is a play, and if it makes you laugh at one moment and gives you a lump in your throat in the next. I think the characters are very recognizable, even though they're very specific to this area of the world. They're characters you would probably see in your own hometown in that respect. And so I think that when you see a play like that takes place in a foreign land that seems so removed from the way we live, and then see something in it that you recognize and realize it's one of those moments where you say we're not so very different all over the world. It's our similarities that bring us together, and not our differences. I love to go to a play that not only makes me laugh, but gives me that tug in my heart a little bit too, and you see plenty of that here. It's the humor is very surprising. It comes out of character and situation, and there's a lot of wit in the script, but it will completely transport you to another time and place too. And I think that's what we want to do when we go to the theater. We want to escape a little bit from we don't want to see what's happening in our own backyard. We want to go to a wonderful new place. Well, terrific. This is a great group of actors, and a lot of them are old friends, which is very nice. Of course, I worked with Carl before, and 2 more plays here, and Kathleen, the last play I did out here at the Mousetrap. But Carolyn Pop is somebody that I've known for decades, and I have worked with her. I've been a director where she has been an actress, and we've also acted together in a couple of plays. And and I also know her husband very well. So it's like when you work with people who are old friends, you have a shorthand, off stage and on, and so it feels like family. And the thing about working in the theater is that as many of us as there are, you do meet the same people over and over years ago, and you can pick up right where you left off, and it's nice to have that continuity with people. So. Only to say that I really recommend it. I think I'm having more fun with this play than I have with the other 2 combined that I've done out here, and that's saying a lot. So if we're having this much fun in rehearsal, I think you'll have that much fun if you come and see it.